The sky is falling.
The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus?
What if I told you that one of the WNBA's most talked about rookies is also among the least efficient when it comes to scoring? Angel Reese may have a massive social media presence, but her shooting stats paint a very different picture, one that a lot of her supporters might not want to face.
Angel Reese, special edition, long twos, let's get it! This is now America's favorite shot. Bang! Going on the campaign trail, make bad shots great again. Bang! The fun fact for you, did you know she is shooting?
Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you is a stat so revealing, it completely shatters the hype. If you thought Angel Reese was struggling, just wait. The truth? It's worse than you imagined. The numbers don't lie. And once you see where Reese ranks among all WNBA scorers, you'll understand why even some basketball legends, yes, the ones she thought had her back, are now calling her out. By the end of this, I'll name two icons who once supported her, but are now questioning if she's really built for this level. The gap between the hype and the hard facts, it's massive. Ready? Let's get into it.
A couple of the most baffling things that I've seen this offseason is the lack of videos involving Angel Reese working on layups. Now, look, the layup issue is a real issue for Angel Reese, and I don't understand the taking all the... I mean, yeah, sure, you can practice two-point shots just inside the three-point line. You can practice three-point shots. But there seems to be an emphasis on that from Angel Reese, and I don't understand, because she should be trying to perfect her game inside 5 foot.
Did you know that Angel Reese ranks at the very bottom in shooting efficiency among all high-volume scorers in the WNBA? The stats aren't just disappointing, they're shockingly low. It's a reality check that's flying under the radar, and honestly, it's time we talk about it.
Don't even want to pass her the ball. Look at the hesitation on that. No, stop it. She recently called herself a stretch 4 on her own podcast. I guess that means pigs must be flying now. For Celsius, Red Bull, or bang! Stop using that jab. Stop. They are not guarding you. They are giving you plenty of space to shoot the ball.
When analysts break down a player's offensive impact, true shooting percentage TS% is considered the gold standard. Unlike traditional field goal percentage, TS% gives us the full scope by factoring in field goals, three-pointers, and free throws. It doesn't just show how much a player scores, it shows how efficiently they do it. In a league where every possession counts, this stat is what truly separates elite scorers from high-volume but inefficient shooters.
On the flip side, Chicago Sky's Angel Reese found herself at the very bottom of the list, sitting at 30th, with a true shooting percentage of just 46.4%. The contrast between the two rookies, both with massive college followings and major fan bases, ignited strong reactions online.
Now for the hard truth, Angel Reese is currently posting a true shooting percentage of just 46.4%, placing her 30th in the league. That's not just below average, that's near rock bottom. For context, most veteran WNBA players hover well above the 50% mark, and elite scorers regularly exceed it. Right now, Reese isn't even in the same conversation, let alone the same tier.
Clark may just be starting her WNBA journey, but she's already making waves, not only with highlight plays, but also with cold, hard numbers. A recent viral post on X revealed the true shooting efficiencies of the league's top 30 scorers, and it sparked quite the controversy among fans. Clark, now a rookie with the Indiana Fever, ranked 6th amongst all shooters with a true shooting percentage of 58.3%. True shooting percentage takes into account a player's field goals, three-pointers, and free throws, making it a key indicator of overall scoring efficiency. For a first-year player, it's elite company to be in.
You might be thinking, she's just a rookie getting used to the pros, but that argument falls apart fast when you compare her to her peers. Caitlin Clark, facing more defensive pressure than any other rookie, is putting up a 58.3% true shooting percentage. That's 6th in the entire league, first among rookies and second among all guards, trailing only Kelsey Mitchell. Clark is clearly thriving under the same rookie curve that's supposed to explain Reese's struggles. And if Clark's just an outlier, think again. Rickea Jackson, the 4th overall pick, is also shining with a 55.2% true shooting percentage. As for Cameron Brink, number 2, and Camila Cardoso, number 3, they weren't included in the rankings due to limited playing time from injuries, not inefficiency.
Clark's game has translated well to the pros. Her shooting from deep remains a threat, 33.9% from beyond the arc. She was 13th in the league. While her mid-range and inside games are just as effective, she ranked 4th in 2-point field goal percentage. I mean, see, that's where I'd expect Angel Reese to be real high. Nah. And 2nd in free throw shooting with a remarkable 90.9%. Her effective field goal percentage, EFG, which adjusts for 3-point shots being worth more, stood at 52.1%, good for 10th overall.
Here's something that almost no one is mentioning, and it's wild. Nearly 40% of Angel Reese's rebounds come from grabbing her own missed shots. Let that sink in. While her rebounding totals might look elite on the stat sheet, they're partially padded by her own poor finishing. She's missing shots most post players would convert and then cleaning up the mess herself. Still not convinced? Let's talk effective field goal percentage, and this is brutal. Reese is posting a league-worst 39.5% EFG percent, meaning she's draining possessions at an alarming rate. When she gets the ball and looks to score, the Sky would statistically be better off if almost anyone else took the shot. This kind of inefficiency doesn't just impact her, it ripples through the entire offensive system, dragging down the team's offensive ceiling. No wonder defenses don't bother guarding her tightly.
By contrast, Reese's shooting woes drew criticism. She finished 30th in 2-point percentage at 40%. God. 29th in 3-point percentage, 18.8. And her effective field goal percentage was a league low 39.5%. That's crazy as hell. And I don't want to hear nothing about a big. We're going to take a look at something. Even from the free throw line, often a reliable scoring source for bigs, she landed 27th. Considering most of Reese's shots come from close to the rim.
And here's where things really go off the rails. The numbers actually get worse when you dig into where Angel Reese is taking her shots and how she's missing them. We're not just talking about standard rookie struggles here. This is historically bad efficiency for any WNBA player with a similar usage rate and shot volume. Players with this kind of shooting profile, low efficiency, high volume, and poor shot selection typically see their roles reduced fast. Coaches can't justify running an offense through someone who hemorrhages possessions, but in Reese's case, she continues to get touches and opportunities as if the numbers don't exist. The real question is, how long can that last?
Some fans found the numbers hard to stomach. A 6'3" post player that shot 90% of shots from 5 foot, within 5 foot, is at 30. Another one said, OMG, Angel, get up, girl.
Those high usage, low efficiency numbers are already troubling. But when you zoom in on Angel Reese's production within 5 feet of the basket, where her 6 feet 3 inches frame should give her a clear edge, it gets downright alarming. She's converting just 44.5% at the rim, a zone typically dominated by post players. To put that in perspective, guards nearly half a foot shorter are finishing better than she is in traffic. In basketball terms, this isn't just a minor flaw. It's a complete failure to capitalize on her most natural physical advantage. But enough about that. Let's talk about why some people in the WNBA straight up hate Caitlin Clark. Why do the women in the WNBA hate Caitlin Clark?
It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand.
Stephen A., I could actually argue that it hurts the game more if they had given her a roster spot over someone more deserving. Because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, okay, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their intention, and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out.
If your only argument for Caitlin is that it would have been a great marketing opportunity and you don't have basketball experience or chemistry with the group listed in your reasoning, I don't want to hear it.
This is the most popular women's basketball player in the world.
Some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has. So she proved everybody wrong.
What about the guards? Let's talk about the guards that did make it. Talk about the guards that did make it. How they play, Andrea? Because you were one of the ones that say she didn't earn it. How did the guards play that within the Olympics? How did they play?
For sure, but we can't take how Caitlin finished the W season and pivot that to how she would have done in the Olympics. That's a completely different
All I'm
argument.
saying is, look at that point. Look at how she played up until that point. Chelsea Gray had only played one game before she went to the Olympics.
For what seems like forever, Angel Reese has been gunning for Caitlin Clark. It kicked off with that infamous John Cena, "You can't see me move," and the ring finger taunt during the 2023 NCAA Championship. But that was just the opening act. Fast forward to the WNBA, and Reese cranked it up a notch by straight up smacking Clark on the dome without batting an eye. During the All-Star Weekend practice, Reese pulled off a miracle three right after Clark bricked hers. Instead of showing any sportsmanship, Reese went full-on celebration mode with everyone except Clark, acting like she didn't even exist. This isn't just rivalry anymore, folks. Whether you want to call it low-key bullying, passive-aggressive shenanigans, or straight-up mean girl tactics, it's crystal clear Reese has it out for Clark. Sure, when the cameras start rolling, Reese tries to play it cool. She's all, "Nah, me and Caitlin Clark aren't enemies or anything." She's been caught saying stuff like, "I need everyone to get that it's just intense competition."
Like, me and Caitlin Clark don't hate each other. Like, I want everybody to understand that it's just a super competitive game, and like, I would just wish people realize that, like, once I get between those lines, it's no friends. People are just trying to make it seem like it's something, but I love Caitlin, and I love her game, and I admire everything that she's done.
But let's be real. Actions speak way louder than words, and Reese's actions are screaming a whole different story. Friday, August 30th, the stage was set for another Clark versus Reese showdown. But this wasn't just any old regular season matchup. This wasn't just any game. It was the inaugural Barbie-themed extravaganza hosted by the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese, aka Bayou Barbie, in college, and now Chi-Town Barbie in the Windy City, was supposed to be the poster child for the whole anything is possible vibe. The arena was drowning in pink, all set up for what should have been Reese's time to shine. And if that wasn't enough pressure, this was their final rookie face-off. Back in college, Angel had Caitlin's number, leading 4-1. But in the big leagues, Caitlin was ahead 2-1. This game was Caitlin's shot at a dominant 3-1 lead, or Angel's chance to even the score. Before the game even tipped off, Angel was oozing confidence, sure she had this one in the bag. She even showed up dressed as Dennis Rodman, striking poses and working it like a runway model before the first whistle. It was a spectacle that screamed, "This is my turf, and I'm about to run the show." Caitlin Clark? She was all business when she rolled into Wintrust Arena. No flashy entrance, no costume party, just a baller laser focused on the task at hand. The difference between the two couldn't have been more night and day. From the jump, Clark's intensity was off the charts. She came out guns blazing, stepping up her game big time. Caitlin Clark from downtown, nothing but net for her first long-range missile. But despite her best efforts, the Sky's supporting cast was on fire, raining threes like there was no tomorrow. At one point, the scoreboard read 21-9, and it looked like the Sky was about to turn this into a blowout. I bet in that moment, all Angel Reese could hear was the sweet sound of victory playing in her head. But here's the thing about Clark. She was locked in, remember? And as for the Sky's three-point barrage, well, their hot streak was about to go ice cold. The Fever started mounting a comeback with Clark leading the charge. By the time the first quarter wrapped up, we were looking at a nail-biting 26-23 game. Clark knew exactly what was up, so to kick off the second quarter, she casually drained a logo three like it was nothing, closing the gap even more. The announcer lost his mind.
The Fever, good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot! Logo make for Clark!
Clark kept pulling off jaw-dropping plays, even chatting it up with the crowd, playfully asking if her shots were good. Meanwhile, Reese was struggling so hard, it made that ESPN tweet about the top rookie look like a bad joke. If you think I'm exaggerating, just wait till you see how the rest of this game unfolded, because things only got better for Caitlyn and way worse for Angel. As the third quarter kicked off, the Sky was getting desperate to shut Clark down, resorting to some shady tactics like not giving her a safe place to land. It was a risky move that could have ended badly, but Clark didn't even flinch. Reese, on the other hand, they were guarding her at the three-point line like she was the next coming of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Too bad for Reese. She's no Greek freak. The fever made her pay in the paint, and when she tried to go on the attack, it was just fail after epic fail. Here comes Reese putting her head down. Oops, Butterfingers. By the time the third quarter wrapped up, it was clear as day. Caitlyn was putting on a clinic, and Angel was having a night to forget. And remember, this was after Angel's whole Rodman cosplay and model routine before the game on Barbie Day in the Sky's own house. Clark had racked up an impressive 23 points and 9 dimes, while Reese was stuck at a measly 5 points and 7 boards. Then came the fourth quarter, where Clark continued to look like a superstar, while Reese and the Chicago Sky, let's just say they weren't exactly showing grace under pressure. When it came to pure hoops, Clark was in a league of her own. Whether she was draining shots or dishing out assists, Clark was unstoppable. The game got so lopsided, with the lead ballooning to 25 points, that Clark started tossing up shots you'd see in a game of horse. The Sky's frustration boiled over into some cheap shots. When Diamond DeShields collided with Clark, from one angle, it almost looked accidental, like she was trying to help her up afterward. But from another view, it was clear she was just whining to the ref, insisting it wasn't a foul. It was so blatant that even Deuce Bigalow himself, comedian Rob Schneider, chimed in, tweeting, "The fact this assault didn't get an immediate ejection from the ref means the WNBA needs to fire this zebra, overhaul the rulebook, and slap a hefty fine on this player for such a flagrant foul." For real, something's gotta give here. I mean, after that incident, a mind-blowing stat came to light. Apparently, 17% of all flagrant fouls in the WNBA have been against Caitlyn Clark, with the Chicago Sky. Yeah, Angel Reese's squad, responsible for a whopping 80% of them. Still think I'm reaching about Angel having it out for Clark? Anyway, not long after that drama, Caitlyn Clark wrapped up her stellar performance with 31 points and 12 assists, gave the crowd a wave, and headed to the bench.